Hey friends, Drew here, hanging out in the docks in Baltimore, Maryland, enjoying a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful afternoon. And I want to talk to you a little bit about objections. For those of you on my team, when you're talking to different folks who might be interested in getting involved with your health and wellness program, with your wealth creation program, they give you a blow off, or no one really ever says no, but they might tell you they want to think about it or something else. Why do people give you the objections that they give you? I'm sitting here in front of a beautiful ship called Below Our Means, and I think that title is aptly chosen when you look at the size of her. She is a phenomenal craft, and the guy who owns her is just a great guy, neat guy. So when people tell you they don't have the money, I don't really believe that, because they find the money for the things that are important to them. So what do the objections really mean? A lot of times for some people it's the concept that success would really contradict their struggle, and they can't handle that. So rather than take a chance on something that would be successful, their subconscious keeps them stuck and doesn't let them move forward. And some of the different things that you might hear to indicate that may be what's going on is, this sounds great, but, and then they go and they make an excuse. That's an indication there's something going on below the surface. Here are the 5 top excuses that you're going to hear, and a little bit of what might lie beneath the surface when you hear those things. So the first one, a lot of folks are going to say, well, I just don't have the money. Well, we know that's not true, because you will find a way to purchase the things that are important to you. If your kid was dying and needed a $100,000 surgery, you wouldn't tell the surgeon you don't have the money. You would get a loan, take a credit card out, call your friends and family. You would find the money because that was important enough to you. So what they're saying is that your opportunity, this health and wellness thing, this whatever business opportunity, whatever it is not important enough to them for them to do what is necessary, do what is required for them to put their hands on the capital to get started. So maybe that means you are ambiguous about the value and they don't really understand the true value that's there, or maybe they just don't have the vision for it and they're not in the right place, and that might be an indication that you just need to say next. Second objection you're going to hear a lot of times is, I need to get some third-party approval. You'll hear Jeffrey Combs say, I got to check with the dog catcher, the fireman, the broke guy down the street who's just as broke as I am, to see if this is a good idea or not. People are people pleasers. 55% of the country has been raised to be a people pleaser, just because of the way we do things in our culture. And sometimes people pleasers are such that you're not going to get them on board because they're too worried about what everybody else in their circle of influence are going to think. And if they succeed and they leave their friends and family behind, which is their thought, but you're not really leaving anybody behind, they're just choosing to stay where they are instead of coming with you. We don't leave anybody behind. We have lots of people in our circle of influence who have chosen to stay where they are instead of coming with us on this journey. But that's their choice, and there's nothing that I can do about that. So you got to recognize that, and you got to be able to walk free from that kind of guilt. So you get third-party approval. Next thing, and this is really a blow-off, is I need to think about it. Now, that could be a number of things. That could be they're overwhelmed. They've got too many things going on in their life, and this is just way too much for them to think about and process and try to figure out, and they're way too much in their left brain. And maybe your presentation was a little too geared towards their left brain and not enough towards their right brain, that now they got to think about it instead of how they feel about how they would feel having the health and the ability to go out and do the things that they want to do and the time freedom and those sort of things. But it's a sign that they're overwhelmed. They want to think about it. And so the next question to follow up with that is, well, so how long do you need to think about this? Are we talking a couple hours, a couple days, a couple weeks? When are you going to take down and spend 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, whatever you need to sit and think and meditate about this decision? Meditate, levitate, brevitate, about where you're going to go and what you're going to do. Fourth option, I don't have the time. Well, I go back to the money one with this one. It's kind of the same concept of you have time for the things that are important to you. So either you haven't seen the value, and you haven't been able to communicate the value to them great enough, because what they don't understand is that this is actually going to create more in 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day, 2 hours a day, whatever you can consistently devote to this endeavor, this enterprise. You're going to create, in a matter of 2 to 5 years, so much time freedom, you're not going to know what to do with yourself. You're going to be looking for a hobby. So I don't have a time, it's just they don't understand what it is that you're offering them. And so maybe there's something in your presentation, or maybe they're just narrow-minded and short-sighted and aren't really open to the opportunity. You just got to say next. That may just be what's going on there. And the fifth one, this is like 20% of the folks who are the analysts. They're going to say, well, I got to do my research. and you know, where is this whey protein really coming from, and how do you know this, and what do you show me the scientific, oh, that scientific study was paid for or supported by the company, show me some independent blah 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 blah. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time, because if you get an analyst into your business, great. Now they're going to present all this wonderful information that they've done the research on to all of their prospects, and they're going to turn all of their prospects into analysts who are going to be slow to make a decision, and no one's going to move forward, and it's just going to waste your time. Not the type of person you want in your organization. You want somebody who knows how to make a decision, go with the flow, go with the speed of money, and make stuff happen. So a couple different objections and why you hear them, and permission for you to say, you know what, this isn't worth me involving my time with. You call me when you're ready. Here's my phone number, and you move on with life. So a couple business tips from Drew down here in Baltimore, Maryland. Give us a call if you want to get on our team. You have my direct number. If you're on my team and you have some questions about this, I can give you some more insight. But if you're not on my team, you want to get on board, 855-21-GOALS, GOALS, on my website, www.justhelp2two.com. Drew from Baltimore, Maryland, saying dream big, dream bigger, and hashtag make life more epic. We'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye-bye for now.